Hey guys, here's a review of our game against Commanders last week. I'll cover these 2 points in depth. This third one I may or may not have time to go over. Alright, so I'll get straight to the point. When I saw our game, it tilted the hell out of me for 2 main reasons. 1, we are mentally or physically lazy. You have to move your feet. You gotta forecheck them hard. But a lot of times, you guys are just coasting. And what makes that worse is our shifts are way too long. So apparently I have to manage the shifts now because it's terrible. I'm going to pull this up real fast. So this is a log of everyone's shift that game. And everyone is over a minute 30. I told you guys minute to minute 30. All right, minus 2 guys, Ethan and Scott. They were the only ones on average that were under that time. You guys should be at like 115. This should be an average of 115. And it's one thing if you guys are taking these 2-minute shifts regularly, but the fact that you're not moving your feet or forechecking as hard as you can, then that's unacceptable. Okay, you're taking long shifts and you're being lazy about it, and well, that's BS. All right, so that's the first thing that tilted me. The second thing that's tilting me is you guys are playing very reactively. You're not actively thinking out there. All right, you're shutting your brain off and you're just reacting and you're getting by on skill. If we're going to beat the better teams, you can't do that. If you want to get better yourself, you got to start using your brain. You got to start thinking, like I've said this before to most of you, but if the puck's not near you, you need to be thinking, okay, where should I be? What should I be doing? You need to anticipate, not react. So I'll show you the difference. Let's start off with this forecheck part. Let me pull this up. But there's going to be 3 instances. Well, you know what? Before I get to that, let me show 2 minor examples that don't include these. All right, so moving your feet. So the puck gets cleared. We have 1, 2, 3 players ahead of this player in the white jersey. All right, so Nolan is skating as hard as he can for it. This white jersey passes Zeke and Carter by a mile. Is he really that much faster? Really? Like, you guys just let him get it. Who wants the puck more? So that's the type of laziness I'm talking about. You got to outwork them, dude. And clearly here, that it showed me the guy wants it more. One thing on Carter, block him, man. Like, run a little bit of interference on him. Slow him down, something. Nolan is trying, okay? So I won't bust him for that. Good job on Max, but, yeah, you don't want to just jump right down there, okay? Know your position, too. You should be stopping up here. All right, so here we see Pinky's about to get the puck. Ideally, I'd rather have you just throw it back, all right? But the dumping's not a bad play. It's fine. However, if you guys are going to dump the puck in, it's not to just give the other team the puck. You need to go in there and forecheck the hell out of them. It's not, oh, dump it in, let's give it to him, let's wait for them. Move your freaking feet and go after him. Now, luckily, he just goes around in it and just wraps around for no reason. Alright, so those are 2 short examples of what I'm talking about, moving your feet. But let's go into 3 main ways that it happens. So the first one is when it clears the blue line, like when it goes out of our defensive end. So the other team is in the neutral zone and we don't do anything to get the puck back. Here's the first. First of all, he shoots it. Someone tell Jameson, time, all right? We have time for a breakout or to just go back and break out. No need to panic out. But, all right, safe play. Now, here's the main problem. We get out of the blue line, coasting. We're just sitting there watching them. What's the plan? The plan is to just let them walk in? Like, yeah, it works on, the weaker players. It doesn't really matter, but stick it to them, dude. Go get it. All right, and I forgot this is actually a good example, at least by one of the players. We are on a PK, so it is a little more dangerous, but regardless, let me just show you what we're talking about. So Victor is working to get after the puck. Coasting. You D guys are okay, but get in front of that blue line. All right, and then this is going to happen. The guy's going to beat you sometimes, fine. This is where the second guy, you need to already be helping him. You're sitting there waiting for him. Gabe, especially. You have a style where you just sit back and wait. Why don't just angle the way Victor did? And we should just plug that guy before he even got to this blue line, right? Luckily, it was offside. But that's what I want you guys to do. I want you to do what Victor did. Just move your feet, go right after him, angle them properly. All right, let's look at the next example, set of examples. Neutral zone face-offs. Some of you clearly have no idea what to do on a face-off, or you're not telling yourself what to do, and that's a problem. All right, so I won't spend time re-explaining all the responsibilities, so I'll just show these right here. So it stops in the middle, and Jameson goes right after it. Looks good to me. What are you two guys doing? Why are you standing still? The puck already went over here. Jameson's this far from you guys, and you guys are just sitting there watching him. You need to cut off the passes. So they get an easy pass there, and he just blows right by you. Alright, so Pinky and Max again, and even though it's just them two, I'm sure there's examples like almost all of you doing this. So this looks very much like the same thing. So Jameson goes right after it. She goes D to D. He can't guard two people, okay? Here, Max could have already took that pass. Now, you D guys are somewhat guilty of this too. Okay, she gets it, and I already heard the coach. You can even hear it in the video. He's saying, weak side, weak side. She has this pass right here. This is the complaint I was talking about, reacting versus anticipating. Your job is to already prevent these passes. So you can play it one of two ways. You can already just cover that pass immediately, or you can do the hiding in the weed strategy, meaning you wait a little bit and you're baiting them to make this bad pass so that you're ready to cut it off. Now what happens here is Nathan barely gets it, but it's only because he's reacting and that it wasn't a perfect pass. Okay, otherwise you should just have that clean and been able to walk in. So you guys need to already understand, hey, that's the exact pass I'm preventing. Okay, and Pinky on their side, you should technically be going after this point off the face-off. All right, I want to spend more time though on this one. It's when we're in the offensive zone and understanding our forecheck strategy. Now I won't chalk it up to laziness completely. I'm sure a lot of you guys are just unaware. So hopefully after this video, you're not unaware. I sent you guys a forechecking video, and this is mainly what it pertains to. It's when the puck's in the offensive zone. It goes straight into their zone. Mason moves his feet. Thank you. Thank you. F1 goes right after the puck. Now, typically you want to angle them towards the other way, but you don't always have to. Sometimes you can do it this way. Okay, so this isn't necessarily bad. Now, what F2 needs to do is you need to anticipate. As you can see, he already threw the pass. But F2, you need to be ready to cut that pass off. Either that pass off, or if the guy tries to skate around, you're going to block him right away. Meanwhile, F3, you can't be lazy about this, okay? Once you start seeing the puck is going to go this way, you need to move your feet over here. And you need to hurry. You can't just stand still there. Meanwhile, our D has a job too. You guys... Alright, strong side D should be on the board. You need to hurry up and get to the board. That means this weak side D is responsible for guarding number 11 right here. Alright, getting to the middle of the ice. You two also are not allowed to just sit around. You need to hurry up, move your feet, anticipate. Now, fortunately, they just iced it out, so it didn't really matter. Our next one, puck's over here, ends up in that corner. They end up picking it up. Gabe is going after him. F1, F2, doing okay. Okay, however, Gabe, keep moving your feet and go after him. Why did you give up? Why did you give up? Do you want the puck or not? This is the mental laziness I'm talking about. You got to go after like you want it, man. Meanwhile, F3, not helping at all. You need to be on this side. Meanwhile, D guys, same thing. You guys need to move over. Okay, and you need to be quicker. You did get this, barely, but only because he missed it. You should have been pinching up on it right in his face. Okay, it's Big N's responsibility to come back and get anyone up here. Okay, and let's watch it again, or a second chance. It's F1, right at him, good. F2, should probably hurried and skate it harder, but F3, this is why you're at the top of the circle. Plug that up. All right, next. Why do we not want 3 guys in deep? Well, because of this. Little communication is key. F1's probably Mason. Don't stop skating. Keep moving, please. F2, way too far. He's already angling this way. Then you need the F2 needs to cut her off right here. Okay, and then we need an F3 at the top of the circles because as you'll see, we're going to get burned for it on a 2-on-1. Okay. So you have 3 guys outnumbering us. Luckily, it stalled a little bit, and now Gabe is a little bit late. Okay, you need to be hauling ass right there. You have to catch up to that. Alright, this clip contains both the neutral zone, where we don't know our assignments, and standard forecheck. So they win it back. What is Max? It's Max and Pinky again. Alright, you guys shouldn't be standing still. Again, you guys should be the ones going after them. Okay, now Gabe is coasting. Now he's going after the guy. F1, go after him. F2, cut off his pass. Let me get this. F2 should be. Where's my marker? It is. F2 should be angling him out as Gabe angles him this way. Pinky, you need to get to the top of that circle. Alright, and real quick, Gabe, a little forecheck 101. Let him pop out of the net first. Don't give him a chance to cut inside. He very well could have, but luckily he didn't. So you need to actually slow down. Despite me saying to move your feet, you gotta understand once he gets behind the net, you slow down and let him go this way, and then angle him to the board. Now, with that said, good hustle on the way back. You do not give up on him. Okay, and this is why you don't give up. Max slows him down just enough, and Gabe gets it back. So decent job there. All right, last one, and this one's pretty egregious. So Nathan shoots it, and Ethan, why did you tail off of him? Why didn't you just go after the puck? He doesn't have full control of it to where, he has speed going behind the net. So he bobbles it, but it doesn't matter because we didn't go to him. Now, meanwhile, our other four is just kind of sitting on their heels waiting for them. And this is what it looks like when you wait for them. He just blows right by you. Okay? No help, no help, no help. Alright, well, it's up to the D. The D guys, too. I'll probably tell you guys in depth more when I talk to you personally. But you got to control this gap, too. There's nobody behind you. You don't need to already start skating back while there's this giant gap right here. But we'll talk more about that later. All right? You should just gap up. You should just angle him up right away. Okay. All right, let's move on to our next topic, the breakouts. I doubt I'll have time to cover this last one, but I'll keep that up there for now. Let me pull this up first. But this is where you guys especially need to anticipate and not just react. So anytime you retrieve a puck, let's say it's in this corner, and you're the first guy on it, you need to be shoulder checking for a winger here and your D-to-D stagger. Almost automatically. You should be shoulder checking for that. So when you pick it up and your D-to-D is already there, you shouldn't be like playing around and, let's move back and forth and try to shake my guy off. No, the D-to-D is right there. Just give it to him or your winger. There's really no reason to use pointless effort. And that could be anywhere on the ice. You pick up the puck here, shoulder check for, boom, D-to-D, almost automatic, and in the winger. Right? And hopefully your other teammates are in the right spots too. Okay, so we have that. If you go here, we have kind of like that trapezoid I'm talking about with the center filling it in last. Alright, so anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show several breakout, just kind of rapid fire several breakouts since I'm short on time here. And I'll go over like 3 or 4 in depth. So let's start with this one. See Jameson going after the puck. Now, of course, one problem too is I'll talk more later. You guys have to give him that staggered option. A lot of you guys do this. Oh, it's the last guy with the puck. We're all just waiting for him. No, one guy needs to hurry up, haul his butt back here. The next thing, Jameson, you have a lot of time. There's no reason to just wrap it around just because he's available. We're all going this way still. So as a good defenseman, you want to control the pace. So sometimes, yeah, you're going to move it right away if people are ready to go forward. Sometimes you're going to slow the action down when we don't need to push it forward. In this case, we don't need to really press it, push forward in a hurry. Next one, they shoot the puck. Nathan's going after it. I'm going to pause it here. Okay, you should be shoulder checking. Okay, automatic. Is winger on the board? Yes. Is that option available? It's kind of hairy, as you'll see in a second. But so you have to anticipate the second option, and that's a big N. You should already know, go behind the net. Especially if there's nobody in front of the net, you can just go straight behind the net right now. If there is another white jersey in front of the net, you can kind of play a halfway thing where You're on that side post, and in case Nathan messes up, you can go right back to the player. If he picks it up, you start calling for it behind the net. All right, but be ready to move your feet. All right, and I was just talking about why that board was an option because of that. All right, this especially happens when it just goes offside. So this is the offensive zone. Gets offside. Okay, why throw it forward here? All the white jerseys are back there. There's really no reason to throw it forward. You have all these guys back there. You pass it to somebody behind you, and then they can give it to Jameson to attack right away. All right, just take it back, especially when the puck goes offside. Start from here. This guy will take a shot. Zeke blocks it, and he retrieves it. As soon as you see his back, he has control. You need to instantly go to the board. Still, you do go to the board. We're still a little bit slow. And Mason, for goodness sakes, please go to the board. I'm not. I've had you for like 6 seasons, so try to get to the board, man. All right. So we have a decent setup here. Now you centers. I'll explain in more detail, but you guys are supposed to be down here in case we mess it up. All right. So stay low, low, and then you swing up as we pass it to winger. All right, but right here, stay on the board, Mason. Center too high. The way it should work is Mason gets it on the board here, and Ethan, who's right where that white jersey is, starts speeding right into a hole, so Mason can just chip past it. And unfortunately, I think that went for an icing. All right, start this clip here, and as you can already see, no stagger option. Okay, both of you film this duplicating rolls, doesn't help. All right. So what happens here is Zeke decides to play center roll, which is fine. But this pass is tough to make, and you got to make sure it doesn't get picked off by that white jersey. That was awfully close. Right? And that angle is tough. So you see he took it away. D, guys, if you want to pass it to your center, which is fine, you should widen out at least a little bit so you have a better angle. You want to create this triangle between the center, wing, and D. But really here, why not just give it to Pinky? And have him give it to Zeke. That's exactly what we're trying to do. D to wing with the center picking up speed and then hit the center. That is really the easiest way to break out. All right, and the last one. So Carr picks it up here. I'm not sure if you're staggering or not, but for you D guys, you should be about the same distance. It should be about, I don't know, 30 or 40 feet. So if Carter's here, the other D guy should be like right here. If Carter somehow, I don't know, if he keeps moving towards you, then you keep moving out. You should maintain about the same distance. And that's really almost anywhere. Like, even like off a face-off, if like it goes to him and he goes towards you, you go that way. If he curves back, you go with him. You should maintain the same distance. It shouldn't make these super wide passes. There's really no need for it. It just makes it harder. The other thing I want to say about this, though, is this move. Look, you know what's a lot easier? Why don't you just give it to Pinky and just have him give it back? All right, the only drawback is if our passing just really sucks and we can't do it. If we can't make 5-foot passes, yeah, it backfires. But this is where we need to practice. Just give it to him and just give and go. And for D guys, I want you guys doing that a lot more. Just give and go breakouts. That is the best way for you guys to quote unquote skate up. And unfortunately, this just turns into it's just ended up icing it, unfortunately. I know you're trying to hit Ethan there. Alright, so let me move on to the ones I want to talk about in depth. So starting with this one, you see Zeke get the puck here. So automatic, first, you need the stagger, but this player, Carter, you need to hurry up and get down there. He should be able to just hurry up and chip it to you. The rest of you guys need to understand what's going on. Zeke is getting the puck. All right, what should happen is go D to D. D goes to wing. All right, so priority number one, the stagger option. If you don't see anyone else do it, and this is where I don't care so much about positions, but it's usually going to be a D, do the D stagger. Option, and then second step, wingers get to a board, or even the center. Gabe, I know you're playing center. Nobody's on that board. You need to get over there. And Victor, for goodness sakes, you too, as I was saying to Mason, get to the board. You see his back. You need to hurry up and get to the board. If you're switching roles with Gabe, that's fine, but I feel like a lot of times you're just kind of in the middle of ice because you're not sure what's going on. All right, so he gets to the puck. right? And now he's doing all these like twists and turns. Okay, and Gabe, I don't know if you know that you're doing a proper center route or not. My guess is not, since watching the other highlights you kind of weren't. But for Zeke, this is almost automatic. If your winger's up there, you can give it to him, and Mason can give it to Gabe. Now it turns into like this 50-50, so I don't know if that messed up Gabe or not. And now, okay, even though Mason mishandled it, that would have been the perfect center route if you just moved it out right here. Boom. Move it to Mason, chip pass to Gabe, and Gabe basically was not necessarily a breakaway, but you can have full speed against their last guy back. You got to already know your options ahead of time. And you'll see it turns him into cough up, by the way. Alright, here's a few of these. Carter's playing around with the puck. Now, one, he's going back. Nolan, you're calling for the puck. Well, Pinky, you're calling for the puck. Do you think this guy can pick that pass off? He's awfully close to you, so I don't think that's a good pass. Alright, so that's the first thing. Second thing, you got to stagger. What's he supposed to do? Pass it through the guy's stick? Alright, it might get picked off. Now, in the NHL, you don't always see them stagger because they know the last guy back is much more responsible and he'll know what to do with it. For Carter, why face the forechecker? I've told you guys this before, but just go behind the net. There's no reason to turn towards the forechecker, especially if it's a good player, which that guy is. Right? So, anyway, the stagger option. You need to be back here or behind the net at this point. Automatic. We did have a change. Jameson, if you recognize we had a change, the next priority is get to the board. I don't care that you're a center. If no one's on the board, then you have to do it. Alright, so now you try to shake this guy off needlessly, and it just ends up being a wasted possession. Right, here's an example of making our breakout so much harder than it needs to be. Carter picks up the puck. Right, no stagger option. Zeke is too high, but it's not the worst thing really. He could, as long as Carter passed it right here, it didn't really matter, and that's where you don't really have to stagger. Wingers. So I'm glad they're towards the board, but you need to be a lot higher. Their D guys back here, as you can barely see escape, but you need to be a lot higher because you should start anticipating. Hey, Carter should pass to Zeke. Zeke can pass to me immediately. Right, but unfortunately, like I said, we're kind of like just reacting. So now we have this like weird formation. I don't even know what to call this. And Carter's passed to Zeke. Now it gets picked off where you could have passed it sooner, but the lack of stagger and not passing soon enough caused this. Luckily, it went back there. So now Mason's back here. All right, no D to D option, no stagger option, I should say. And instead, he goes far side to the weak side. Well, I'll just play it. He goes weak side. Gabe throws it, or he messes up, and it goes all the way back to Mason, and that was our breakout. All right, and on a side note, dump it in deep. You don't always have to shoot it. We never dump these pucks in deep for whatever reason. All right, but let me go back to where Mason got it. Look, hold on, right there. So he picks up the puck. Both you guys. Why are you guys going away from the board? So couldn't we have just accomplished the same thing by Mason just passing it to a winger and winger skates in? Instead, what we did was go make a 70-foot pass and then a mishandle where Mason does a give and go, whereas it should have been Zeke or Victor getting this puck. All right, so I mean, my goodness, guys, you understand what we're trying to do on a breakout, please. On this one, we're making things a lot harder than it needs to be. Win it back. Boom. Our game plan, go D to D. Because this guy's going to forecheck you. That's one of the reasons. Mason, you need to already know what to do on a face-off. Go to the board, please. All right, Ethan, you don't go high. You stay low. All right, so now no stagger. So by the time Carter, again, facing the forechecker, by the time he tries to pass it, it almost gets picked off. Making it a lot harder than it needs to be, guys. Okay, and now, hold on. Tries to make a deep pass through away possession. Our last one here. Nathan just gets out of the box. This is the closing minute of the game. Carter takes it back. So I see maybe you're thinking about stagger. Okay, so if you see Carter going this way, intuitively, what you should do is probably go to this corner or in front of the net. And if Carter keeps skating, then you mirror him go behind the net. All right, so as you'll see here, Nathan kind of just gets in his way. Well, I will say this first. Carter, just stop up. The forechecker went across the net. You're exposing yourself. And now you have to do like these twists and turns. You're putting in extra energy. It's not necessary. All right, so no real target here. All right, and also turn your back. Don't put the puck in front of them because that's where they can poke it out. Just turn your back and go the other way. Okay, and then now we see two guys occupying sort of the same space. Zeke sort of in the middle of the ice. Okay, and really you could have just rimmed it at, let's see, probably at this point. Let's go back a little bit. All right, if you're shoulder checking, you should already think, oh, all right, my wiener's on the board. This is one thing we never do, is that you guys never use the weak side. So as you're skating this way, you can just throw it back behind you often, but we never really do it. I don't know if you wingers are communicating or you D guys are even shoulder checking for that, but you're supposed to be. All right, so those are all the clips. I'm at 25 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and just delete that. A little bit over than I wanted to. But in summary, 1, don't be lazy, move your feet. This is why we're taking shorter shifts. And also understand the forecheck strategy. I didn't send you that video for no reason. Secondly, breakouts. Understand the breakout. Understand what we're doing as a team. It should be systematic. It should be very simple. And these other teams won't be good enough to stop us. I hope I didn't come off as too harsh, but my expectations for you guys is really high. If it's too high, let me know. But I feel like we can be so much better than you guys realize. So with that, I hope you understand where I'm coming from, and I'll see you guys very soon. All right, later.